Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So if you remember this papercrete bowl that I had made some time back, it is completely cured. I don't know how long it has been, but it's almost cured, and you can see it almost feels like concrete, very hollow. Now this looks like cracks, but it's not actually cracks. What happened is that when I was trying to push it out from the main mold, you can see it has got a little bit of that push over here because I was putting the pressure over here, so hence it has got a little bit of dent, but that's absolutely fine. Overall the pot is very strong, so we are going to be planting succulents in this. Now I have some Echeverias over here. I'm not very sure about the names. The darker ones I'm not very sure. The lighter ones are called as Echeveria Onslow, but I'm not very sure about the darker ones. And we have some broken pots just to cover the base. 3 inches, it's around 3 inches, which means it's around 8 centimeters in depth, 3 inches in depth. So we are going to cover a little bit with the broken pots that I have over here. We are going to cover the drain hole as well, and we are going to put in a little bit of those broken pots at the base. Now I don't have to be worried because we are using a lot of succulents. There are going to be a lot of Echeverias in this. The pot itself is a papercrete pot, which means it tends to absorb excess moisture, and the soil that we are using is a very gritty, loose, porous and well draining soil, so it's not going to be much of an issue. So this is an ideal pot if you want to go for. Now always remember guys, if you're using a pot like this, do not add only one succulent. It is not going to work out really well. You have to at least add 5 or maybe 6 depending upon the size of the succulents. You'll have to add a little bit more of succulents. You'll have to add some more succulents in that. So let me first start closing up the drain hole with the help of these broken clay pots. Now these broken clay pots is something that I always tend to keep because I tend to make my own pots, and there is always casualties. You always happen to break some pots. So what I'm going to do is only the smaller ones I'm just going to place them. Now always remember, whenever you are placing these pots, you can see that they have these sharp edges, these broken pots. So always try to lay them like this so that they don't poke out of the soil. So we are just going to lay them around. Now because these are all made out of clay, concrete, so they also tend to help in pulling up the excess moisture from the soil. So let me completely finish this up, and that's all. Now it's time to add the soil, so let me quickly fix the soil and get back to you. So guys, now that we have filled it with soil, it's time to so now that we have filled with soil, as you can see, I have left a little bit of edge, but as and when the soil will start to, as and when we are going to water, the soil will go slightly lower, because as you know, we have kept some broken clay pots, and that still has some air pockets. So when we are going to water, the soil will further settle down, and right now it looks like it's almost at the edge, but it will start to settle down as and when we start to water it. But always remember, do not keep your succulents too deep into the soil. That doesn't work out really well. So now it's time to plant our succulents. So guys, this is the final arrangement. I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. I have one extra succulent, but I'm not going to add it because it already looks very congested. There is enough space right now, but trust me, within 5 to 6 months, this is going to be like a very compact arrangement. So I do not want to congest any more by pushing in any more succulents. I'm going to leave that enough space for them to breathe and for that air circulation over the period of time, because they are Echeverias, they tend to grow wide, so they will start to cover up all of the place. And in fact, right now you can see this place, but very soon they will congest. You can see this one is very small, it has a lot of space and it can grow even more. Even the Onslow also will tend to open up a little bit more as and when I'm going to water it. So I think the arrangement has turned out really well. So now this arrangement is going to be kept in indirect bright light probably for a week or so, because it has just been repotted. After that I can do a slow introduction to morning direct sunlight, because all of these are Echeverias and they love a good amount of morning direct sunlight for 5 to 6 hours. Watering will not be done now. They are well hydrated. Apart from that, we have just repotted, so probably after 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks, any which ways, it's soon going to be winters, and Echuarias tend to go dormant, so I don't have to be worried. Any which ways, they are well hydrated, so there is nothing to be worried about. So that's all about it. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.